Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
All
right, let's go ahead and get a Lord hand. Hey, Shalom, Israel. We the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. As you already noticed, the Friday night Lashawan Qadash class, where we break down the scriptures from a linguistic perspective. Ike, you mind just moving the camera more center, right here? Yeah, that'll work. You know what I mean? But we doing what we usually do every Friday here in Killeen, Texas. Something that your Christian pastors are ill-equipped to do. You know what I mean? Where we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the truth according to the Bible since 1969. I mean, if you got any questions or comments, go ahead, put them in the chat, or you can raise your hand if you got any specific questions. We're going to get right into it tonight. Before we, so we got a couple topics that we've been kind of dipping into over the past couple weeks. Anything specific? I know you mentioned the nations. Was it any like questions before we go into that?
Nah.
Okay, no sweat. Y'all asking no question or anything?
You want to go over the prayer later on to the end of class.
Yeah.
You can help the brother with the.
Okay. So we was you in class for the what was it, the Lord's Prayer breakdown?
Nah.
Okay, we did that last. I think we did 2 classes in a row on that. We broke down the first class or the first half. Was that the prayer you was talking about?
It's fine. It's cool. You did it already. I know the Lord's Prayer, but like the other prayers that we do.
Yeah, the next one we was gonna go into was the Hakat,
Yeah, that's fine.
the prayer for the power. So that's another good one. Either one, either one of the prayers, because we say it so much, is good to, and we're gonna do that later, like after we I think we just gonna have time for the breakdown of the prayer. But last week we went into Sabbath service, we read them 49 verses. What we did last week was we just went into the 49 verses and just read them, right? And usually what I do before I read the Hebrew, I read the English, and then you'll read like let's, for example, let's actually go to the Hakat real quick. Let me pull it up. The Lakia. There we go. Slacky, did you get the prayers? Did I send them to you?
Right, you probably did. I don't know. You said, I need to check.
Let me
You probably.
while
I ain't getting notification.
while I'm here, let me go ahead and just You might need to email me and then I'll reply to that email, or I'll, just to get it in the context. I don't know why I don't have your email.
It depends on where it said, I know it failed.
Okay.
Well, you know why you typing you spelling my name wrong. My slave name, it's Karrry. You spell it Ke.
Okay, no sweat. All right, I'll sort that out after class. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and read the prayer for the power in English, and this is what brothers really want to like focus in on, or this is a method rather. I don't want to tell you how to learn because brothers learn different, but this is helpful and this will help you retain the language. So, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it. What you want to do is pick out sight words. Like there's certain words in this phrase that you know off the top of your head. Like you know Yahweh. You go ahead. You let me know what you know.
So like I know Yahweh, about Hashem, Yahweh Shah, about Koshai.
I forgot the Hebrews right there. You go ahead.
What you mean?
No, I forgot it was sitting right there. But just translate whatever into English. Like okay, like Yahweh is Yahweh in the Hebrew.
About Hashem.
Right. And then Yahweh Shai.
And please know about Koshai.
Right.
That's probably what else I know. That's it.
All right. What about us?
Us? No, I don't know what us.
You know it, but
Us will be on not up there.
yeah, it's up there. I think the board is in the way.
Us.
It's the same as our or we.
Oh. No what? Yeah, us is no what, yeah.
Yeah. If you see Noah, that's referring to. So where you see Nathan la Noah. Okay, so Noah is us. Then you got la, which means 2 or 4. So this leaves this right here. Now you know what Nathan is because of what you just broke down. You broke down what us is, so now you just attach.
Give.
Nathan is give.
Alright,
Right.
Nathan, how you say Nathan Lanawa?
Yeah, that's give to us. But that's that's pretty much what you want to do. Just pick out what you know already. Pick out what you know, because a lot of the times, like when we get caught up, and I see it happen all the time. Like we'll see names that we see all the time. Like it'll be brothers in the room. I think I did like a bar, not to pick on you, but you did it 2 weeks ago, where you was reading a word. You was reading your name in the Hebrew, but you was kind of like having a hard time reading it. And I was like, yeah,
I did it a couple times.
Like, yeah, we do it all the time. Like it'll be, go ahead.
I did it with Stone, like a bond.
Yeah.
I kept on seeing Stone. I kept on trying to pronounce like, oh, a bond. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It might
hit that mic.
Oh.
So like, now you made me think about when I kept saying doing Lashawan Qadash when we was saying priest over and over, and I kept saying it wrong every time.
Yeah, like we'll be sitting right next to the brother.
Yeah.
It'd be Abon Zion right here. You reading Abon in the scriptures, but like we overthink it because we're reading the words. I did it last week too when I was reading during Sabbath service. I kept Yahweh. Every time I see Yahweh for whatever reason, if it's attached to like a preposition or a possessive for whatever reason, I'll stumble on that. And the water, like for whatever reason, the water be having me in a chokehold. And then I'll realize I'll be like Tawada. Oh, it's the water. And then, but that's what you want to get in the habit of doing. And then that's how when you go to the English underneath in Bible Hub, you can glance down at the English and you'll see the English and you don't even have to read the Hebrew because you know what it is. So that's what this is good for. What y'all thinking? Y'all wanna continue with the Hakak, or are we going into Genesis 30? What you think, Atiza? Okay, no sweat. You sure? All right, no sweat. All right, how many? As a matter of fact, I think we could. Let's go ahead and Salakia. I know I just asked you and then did the opposite, but let's actually finish Genesis because I want you to get this. All right, Genesis 30, and let me see where we left off. Where did we? Salakia. I think we stopped at Dan, but that's not, one of the 12 tribes. You was asking about the 12 tribes, right? I think Naphtali, Genesis 30 and 8. Go ahead, read it in English.
The book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 8. And Rachel said, with great wrestling have I wrestled with my sister.
Right. So this is, remember what we was talking about. Each one of these names, and you'll see this with every name in the scriptures, whether it's like a prominent name or whether it's like when you talk about like the birth of somebody, usually, not all the time, Salaki, but usually it'll start with the reason why they're getting his name. Just the same way you get your name. Like when a brother comes in here or a sister comes in here and they coming out the world, they do their 90 days, shed themselves of the world, the minute above you give you a name. And before they pour that oil on your head, they'll talk about your characteristics, who you are, who you've been, who they expect you to be. They'll be like, this brother's been this, he's been a solid brother, he's diligent, he's always available, this, that, and the third. So your name is no longer such and such, your name is Aitazakabar, which means solid warrior. Because you've been such a solid warrior. That's how brothers and sisters get names in the Bible. That's where we get it from. You understand? So when you read verse 8, go ahead and read it again.
Verse 8, and Rachel said, with great wrestling have I wrestled with my sister.
With great wrestling I've wrestled with my sister. Go ahead.
And I have prevailed. So this is the whole point of Naphtali getting his name. Right? Go ahead. And she called his name Naphtali.
Right. So Naphtali, I believe we went over this. I think this might have been the last name we went over. Or actually, I think we went into Gad and Asher, which is next. And that's where we left off. But Napathal means to wrestle. Right? And then Yah at the end means me or mine. Right? And the sister Rachel is saying, I have wrestled. Right? And prevailed. And because of her wrestlings with her sister, she had her son Naphtali, which is my wrestlings, or I have wrestled. Right? So Naphthalia. And we also talked about that PH in English. Whenever you see the PH in English, it's usually like they want to pronounce it Naphtali. In the Hebrew, it's a pa.
Pa?
Yeah, so whenever you see PH in the Hebrew or that fa sound, whenever you hear that fa sound, it's typically pa. Right? I forget what they call it But that's a grave mistake that brothers and sisters make as well. Like they'll take what they think they know from outside of here,
Right.
or from like, what is it, from Yiddish, from Arabic, because they're very similar language, because the lineage is so close together, and they'll take what they think they know from those languages and try to bring it into Hebrew. Right? You can't do that. But that PH sound, that fa, is typically a pa, right? But where was we at? So Napatalia, right? What was we? And then Gad, a troop, right? Leah said a troop cometh, and she called his name Gad. Gad means troop, right? And then Leah said, happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed, and she called his name Asher. Asher means happy, right? And I think I don't know if you got it in your notes, but I think before we cut it short, we was talking about different use for the word ashar, right? So ashar can mean happy, and ashar can be used as like a conjunction to mean that or which, because I believe, that and which especially though, right? And you don't want to confuse the two. All right, so this is another one. I believe we're about to get up on Yashakar, verse 18. So just to give you the backdrop, so Reuben found some mandrakes, which is Rachel, I believe, Rachel's son. Reuben found some mandrakes. Leah wants the mandrakes. Rachel, so they brokered a deal basically. So Rachel gives Leah some of the mandrakes in exchange for the time with her husband. You know what I mean? And go ahead down to verse 18.
Verse, book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 18. And Leah said, God hath given me my hire.
Here's the what?
God hath given me my hire.
Now this is the point right here. All right, go ahead.
Because I have given my maiden to my husband, and she called his name Issachar.
So what can you almost guarantee that Yashakar means?
Hire.
God, my hire. Oh, let me see. God, yeah, he is my hire, right? Let me see. Let me go back. So, Salakia, Yashakar, or Yashakar. So it's Yah, which is as a preposition, is he, or Salakia. Yeah, he or his. In this case, he. Shah means pertain to, and then Shakar, which is higher. So it pertains to my hire. So because I brokered this deal with this sister to get my husband, like she hired her husband from his other wife. You know what I mean? Pretty much, just to help you understand. So that's where the name comes from, Yashakar. He is my hire.
So,
Go ahead.
So Leah's his first rib, right? So Leah gave her to Rachel.
You say that again? Leah, say that again?
Leah's Jacob's first rib. And Leah wound up giving her to Rachel, her sister. No?
No. So what happened with that?
Rachel got slightly.
So what happened with that is Jacob originally, like he came for
Rachel.
Yeah, he came for Rachel. You about to say something?
Oh, so
Okay, no sweat. He came for Rachel, but after the ceremony, when he went into the bed, he got tricked. So Laban was like, I mean, you know, it's customary to, because Leah was the oldest, He was like, it's customary that the older sister gets married before the younger. And then he was like, but you can have Rachel too if you work another 7 years. Right. So that's how that happened. Leah didn't give Rachel to.
Well, I mean, like, I was meaning like, just like Leah let the maid sleep with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying, like Leah let. Oh no, that's what I thought. Leah let her sister sleep.
Oh, I see what you talking about in this situation.
Yeah. I think
Oh yeah. So he this was like at this point, I don't want to say let, because at this point Jacob belongs to both of them. So, but to your point, she gave him the mandrakes and was like, all right, I'll stand down. You know what I mean? She wanted her husband, but she also wanted the mandrake. So she was like, all right, if you give me the mandrakes, I'll stand down, let y'all do what y'all gonna do. And then tomorrow, that's me. You know what I mean?
So the mandrakes is like that's like a Viagra?
Kind of. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But yeah, that's how that's how that played out. Hey, Shalom, Derek Ali. You said, what do you think? Yeah. What do you think, brother, about the ancient Paleo Hebrew and the Dead Sea Scrolls? Yeah, I mean, that's the ancient Hebrew. Yeah, that's the ancient Hebrew. That's one of many historical artifacts, if you want to call it that, to prove that Hebrew is, you know what I mean, our language, in the most ancient, one of the most ancient languages. All right, was it anything in particular about the Dead Sea Scrolls? But the ancient Hebrew, so what we read in like Bible Hub or like modern documents, is Assyrian Hebrew. So it's kind of a assimilated version of the Hebrew to the language of those that had us in captivity. Like the Assyrians wrote in a specific way that was more like, it was like the boxes and lines that you see today. So we assimilated our language to how they wrote. You know what I mean? But the ancient Hebrew is the original Hebrew, the Paleo Hebrew. But because most documents that we read nowadays is written in the Assyrian, then we also study and read from the Assyrian as well. All right. All right, go ahead to verse 20.
Wakanda, the book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 20. And Leah said, God have endued me with a good do right.
Endow me with a good dowry.
It's like it. Dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons.
It's good. So he said, God has endowed me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me. Go ahead. Because I've borne him 6 sons, right? Go ahead.
And she called his name Zebulon.
The Zebulon or Zabalawan. Zabalwan is I believe is the appropriate way to pronounce it. Zabalwan, right? That one, you're going to see behind a lot of names. You know what I mean? Gadaiwan, Shamarwan, Shamaiwan, Zakarwan. That one, y'all remember what that one means? God, it has everything to do with the
One is like the naming.
God.
It's just name. It's just used for naming.
Absolutely. God. So the one just turns a verb into a noun. So if I say Zabal, you're going to think I'm saying dwell. Like I'm telling you to stay here, dwell. But if I say Zabal one, you know that I'm talking to a person, right? That's what that one means. So, like I'll use Gadai one name, right? His name means hewer or killer, right? But the word Gadai means to hew or to kill. The one, it's kind of like a silent. It's kind of like a silent suffix. Like it's there just to indicate to others that you're talking to a person. That's all it is. But so with that being said, what can we assume Zabal means? Oh, I think I just told you. Let's see if y'all was paying attention. Anybody want to give it a shot?
Oh,
Are you looking it up?
I had a scripture. I keep looking at the scripture.
Okay.
What word you just read? 20?
Yeah, I did just give it to you though. But now, if you got to look it up, by all means.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's all it means. The context is right there. You read verse 20, it says, God hath endowed me with good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Like, that's what she's thinking about. You know what I mean? She wants her husband to dwell with her. And these sons is what she thinks in her mind is going to do it. Right?
So her dowry is her son.
Con.
So her dowry is her son.
Con.
So she's saying here, God gave her the dowry of the 6 sons.
Yeah.
Jacob gave, but let me see what she said. And it said, God endured me with a good dowry. All right, yeah.
Con. So because she got all these sons, now her husband is gonna dwell with her.
So like if I may.
Please go ahead.
Like, so a dowry is basically like you giving up to giving you something to either for your daughter or something, right? Like say like Jacob had to give a dowry to Laban. What is his name?
Laban, yeah.
Laban, but he had to give 7 years of labor to get Leah.
Right.
So that'd be the dowry, I guess.
Yeah, a dowry is just, you see, like compensation. Like it's like something that it's, how can I say this? Is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary over there?
Yeah.
Or what you is the yeah, something like that. Let's see what let's see if it's in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. I don't want to paraphrase if I don't have to.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Oh, you got it? What you got?
I got it on the Strong. The Strong got it as a gift.
Yeah. So you know what I mean, you got a daughter. I give you a gift in exchange for you giving up something. You know what I mean? So now, because she's trying to, like, she wants Jacob. So she's like, I got these sons. I want Jacob. So I'll give you these sons. But she want him. You know what I mean? Just like the mandrakes. You got the mandrakes. I got Jacob, but you can have him for the night if you give me the mandrakes. You know what I mean? The labor. You know what I mean? Same thing. I'll work for you 7.
Right.
Let me get them daughters. You know what I mean? Where was we at? Let's go down to 22. And we'll read wait. Now Joseph isn't one of the 12 tribes, but he's the progenitor of 2 of the 12.
Yeah, Manasseh and Ephraim.
And I think we went over that in, I can't remember where we was at. It's of course a little further ahead.
So like I can't remember which What brothers that gave up Joseph? You remember? I can't remember.
Like in the captivity?
Yeah, they gave him up to and put him in. They sent him to Egypt too, right?
All of them.
All of them sent
Yeah,
put him up in slavery.
yeah, all of them conspired against Jacob. I believe Judah was the one that was like, because they wanted to. They was like, all right, don't kill him, because they wanted to like do him bad.
Right.
But Judah was like, just don't kill him. You know what I mean? Just, let's go back to the story real quick. Just real quick.
I'm sorry, we're done.
What it said? Oh, it said yes, and
Talk.
a little further. It was about 40 something. To the lock here. 39, 38. To the lock here. Let's see. So it says in Genesis 37 and 18. Let me see. So lucky.
Joseph dream.
Reuben. So verse 21, and Reuben heard it, or verse 20, come now therefore and let us slay him and cast him into some pit and we will say some evil beast had devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams.
It's like that. No brotherhood.
No brotherhood. Good night. That zero, but like that, no brotherhood.
That's your flesh and blood, man.
Yeah, that's like, bro, it's because he was dreaming. But that's how we are with one another.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we see a brother, you know what I mean, coming up in life, you know what I mean, or whatever the case is. He might, whatever, you know what I mean, he might have some money, he might have some possessions, he might have a woman, and that's how brothers be. You get the plotting. It said, verse 19, and they said one to another, behold, this dreamer cometh, come now therefore and let us slay him. So they was all one body with this. They was like, let's slay him and cast him into a pit. So they was just gonna knock him off, throw him into a pit. You know what I mean? And this is like, not to get too far off topic, but like brothers and sisters, like we look at the Bible as if it's like archaic, like it's so ancient, it's so outdated. And like, you know what I mean, those are different times. Much like how we look at like modern times, like the brother that got shot in the chest in Seattle, or you know what I mean, police brutality, or you know what I mean, things like that. We look at that like, you know what I mean, we look at the things that happened in like the 40s and in the 60s, like, oh, that was back then, you know what I mean, when there was lynching and when there was you know what I mean, things like that. That was so long ago. These are different times. But if you could compare the times, you could see that we act just like this. You know what I mean? Lynchings is as old as the Bible. You know what I mean? I don't want to say black on black crime, but like we've always had beef with one. Like we always fought one another. You know what I mean? We always, you know what I mean? We've hated on one another. We had haters in the Bible. You know what I mean? Haters ain't new. You know what I mean? Haters ain't new. Lack of brotherhood ain't new. Us, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? This ain't like, we'll look at this and be like, dang, all 12 of y'all want us to slaughter him and cast him in a pit? You know what I mean? A brother right outside will do that to, a brother right outside will do that to his brother right now. Over a woman, over some money, over a dice game. You know what I mean? This is like, the Bible is, you know what I mean? The Bible is timeless. But where was we at? Okay, so verse 21, and Reuben heard it, and he delivered them out of their hands and said, let us not kill him. So it was Reuben that said, you know what I mean, let's not kill him. Yeah. He said, all right, we're going to cast him into the pit, but you know what I mean, don't take his life. All right. So So let's go back to verse Genesis 30 real quick. And verse, let's see. Verse 24.
Come, the book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 24.
No, 30 and 24. And it's like, real quick before you read that, how many you got the tribes written down that we went over already?
Couple of that was my other notebook.
Oh, okay. Okay, no sweat.
The one we did today, yeah.
Okay, how many is that?
5.
Okay. So the last of them, the previous ones, it starts in Genesis 29 toward the end. I think it's the last four. The last 4 verses is where you get. Matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, so verse 32, and Leah conceived and bare a son and called his name Reuben, Rauban, which means behold a son. For she said, surely the Lord hath looked upon my affliction. Now therefore my husband will love me. All right. So it comes from that word right there you see in blue on the board, ra'ah, which means see or behold. Ra'ah, wa mean and or to add or to join 2 things. And then ban means son. So behold a son. All right. Ra'ah ban. And then 33, and she conceived again and bare a son and said, because the Lord hath heard that I was hated, he hath therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon, Shammai Wan. Shammai means here. That Wan, like we talked about earlier, is just a naming tense. All right. To turn a verb into a noun. Shammai Wan means hear or hearing. Right. She conceived again and bare a son and said, now this time will my husband be joined unto me because I have borne him 3 sons. Therefore was his name called Levi or Lawayah. La means 2. Wa means it as a possessive. So la as a preposition means 2. Wa means it, to it. Right. Or the join. Right. So, because when 2 things are joined, this thing is attached to it, right? So, lawa means to join, right? And then ya at the end means me or my, join to me, right? Because that was the whole point of her having these children, right? You, does it sound familiar to you?
Like, can you say it one more time?
Which part? The Levi?
No, I got to join. I mean, join.
Okay. Which part you need me to repeat?
That was my slide. I thought I missed her song.
Okay, no sweat. And so we went over Reuben, Simeon. We just touched on Levi, and then verse 35. And she conceived again and bare a son, and she said, now will I praise the Lord. Therefore she called his name Judah, right, and left barren. So she said, now will I praise the Lord. Judah means Yahweh's praise. Right? So Yahweh, Judah in Hebrew is, of course, Yahweh. Right? Yeah, it's a combination of Yahweh and Thawada. Right? Yahweh, of course, is the Most High's name. Thawada means to praise. Right? We use it as thank you. But whenever you see Thawada in the scriptures, it was used in reference to praising the Most High. You know what I mean? Nowadays we say the water, you know what I mean, or thank you to, you know what I mean, some Joe that's just doing his job, you know what I mean, the guy running the marketplace, you know what I mean, the guy that, because, you know what I mean, that's just how we use the word now. But in the scriptures, when you see the word the water, it's typically, I won't say always, but I've never seen the water be used to just be like, thank you to some Joe. It's always in reference to praising the Lord. Like, even if say I don't, Lord forbid, you know what I mean, I don't have a ride back to my house and I'm stuck at the school and I don't have money for Uber, whatever the case is. And then Yawash pull up and be like, hey, you need a ride? I'm gonna say the water to the Most High. You know what I mean? I'm gonna praise the Lord, right? So that's how the word was used in the Bible. If something happens, you praise the Lord. You know what I mean? That's how the water was used. Let's see what this brother. Hey, shalom, Yahweh Shemar Latah Bashim Yahweh Shah. See you, sis, Nazamana. What the brother say? I was deceived for a while when I thought the Hebrew, the white Jews was Hebrew until I found out ancient Hebrew from a book, Israelites and Jews, significant difference. God. Yes, it's an absolute significant difference. And you in the right place. You know what I mean? Once you find out the truth, you know what I mean? Coming into the ISUPK should be the next step. Because anywhere, a lot of times brothers will find out that we are the true chosen people of the Most High God. We are the Israelites, this, that, and the third. We'll start to read the Bible and see that the prophets, as pertaining the prophecies, the prophets, the stories, so to speak, that are in the Bible is pertaining to black people. The curses pertain to black people. And then what a brother and sister do is try to learn on their own, or try to teach themselves, or start their own Israelite group, or you know what I mean, start learning from everybody. They'll start learning from GLCC, GMS, IUIC. They'll sprinkle some ISUPK in there. They'll go to the Jewish synagogues and all of that. You know what I mean? The best thing for a brother, the best thing for you, Derek Ali, is to come into the ISUPK. It's good that you tuning in online. What city you in? What city you in? Then maybe we could get you connected with the nearest school. But that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? So that you can get you can get it straight out the faucet. You know what I mean? You can come in, introduce yourself to the brothers, get around like-minded brothers like yourself. You know what I mean? And then that way you don't end up getting deceived again by going into some other groups that seem like they in the truth, seem like Israelite. You just saw, I don't know if you know about Sakari, but he was what he called himself, the chief head priest of Sakari, right? Guerrilla Hebrew. It came out that he liked to get pegged in his behind, and now all of a sudden, he not a Israelite. No, he don't identify as a Hebrew Israelite no more. You know what I mean? He's saying that the Hebrew Israelite community is full of hypocrites, but he's the one that like get pegged in his behind. You know what I mean? Brothers and sisters was following Guerrilla Hebrew for years. You know what I mean? People looked at him like he was that guy, you know what I mean, in the so-called Hebrew Israelite community. You know what I mean? But that's what happens. You know what I mean? Them brothers and sisters have been following him for years, I don't know how long he been, you know what I mean, doing this thing, but for all them years, whole time, he was getting hit in the behind by his woman. You know what I mean? You don't want to find out no diabolical thing like that coming from these fake Israelite groups. That's why the ISUPK is the only home of the truth. Cause there ain't nobody in here getting pegged in their behind. You know what I mean? IUIC, you find out that, you know what I mean, Nate is a crooked cop. You know what I mean? He was involved in locking up, falsely accusing two brothers of a crime that they didn't commit for in the description that they did not fit. You know what I mean? On top of all the LGBTQ activity that's going on, I mean, you could write a whole book on all the nasty things that's going on in there. Said you in Detroit, Michigan. Who's that cap? I think that's Captain Marvel Card. I'm trying to think of who's in Detroit. If you look up ISUPK Detroit, you can look it up on Google, or you can look it up in like Google Maps, and the school will pop up, a number will pop up. Look it up on any social media platform, and the school information will pop up, and get in touch with those brothers, all right? And that's for any brothers and sisters out there, you know what I mean, who hearing this. If you, whatever city you in, just look up ISUPK, your city, or the nearest major city, you know what I mean, and get in contact with the brothers so that you don't end up in a situation where you know what I mean, you just following anybody, the nearest Israelite near you, because the nearest Israelite near you could be Sakari, you know what I mean? This brother trying to teach you about, you know what I mean, whatever the hell they teach in there. He trying to teach you about the Bible, with a sore behind. You know what I mean, that don't match at all. But you know what I mean, that's what you want to do. You know what I mean, go ahead and hit up ISUPK, type in the major city you in or the nearest major city, and we'll get you straight. All right. All right. So at this point, you should have just double check what you got. At this point, you should have what was we at? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah. You with me so far? All right. We went over Dan, but that's not one of the 12 tribes. Naphtali, Gad, Asher, and Issachar. Zabalawan. Was that 9? And then 24 we just read, and she called his name Joseph, and he said, "The Lord shall add to me another son." Now Joseph isn't one of the 12 tribes, but he's a progenitor of 2 of the tribes. In the previous class, we went over Manasseh and Ephraim. We'll go to that in a second. Where was we at?
So like, Ephraim is I think Ephraim is the youngest, right? Between him and Manasseh. I think he's
Gone. Yeah, he's the youngest, but in rank or in what's it called when it comes to the inheritance,
yeah.
Ephraim received the inheritance. Right. We're missing one more, Benjamin. All right, so let's find Benjamin real quick. All right. Genesis 35:18. So Benjamin was the youngest of all the sons. Right, he was the last born.
Come. The book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 18. And it came to pass, as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Beoni. But his father called him Benjamin.
I can't remember Benjamin. I believe in Hebrew is in Ben-Anai is Ban Anya, but his name is Benjamin, which is Banyaman, son of the right hand. All right.
Benoni.
God.
What the meaning is, son of my sorrow.
Let me see. As a matter of fact, let's look it up.
I think it's in the strong. It says son of my sorrow.
Son of my sorrow. That could very well be true. Let me 35. You said in the Strongs, that's what it says?
Yeah, now Benjamin in the strong is the son of the right hand.
Yeah.
Like Benjamin, but his original name is the son of my sorrow. But then his daddy called him Benjamin is the son of my right hand.
Yeah, but it's just to be clear, the father is the one who has the authority. So his name is Benjamin. Now his mother wanted to call him son of my sorrow, but his original name is Benjamin. Let's see, Ban Awan.
So his mom. So that was his mom. That was his mom wishes to call him that.
God, yeah, that's what she wanted, but the father called him something different. Ban Awanya. Yeah, and it looked like it was a good call. I'm looking at the synonyms. It says affliction, evil, false idol, iniquity, mischief, mourning, not sorrow, unjust, unrighteous, vain, vanity, wickedness. You got any synonyms in what you looking at in the Strongs?
Yeah, I got what you just reading. I got affliction, evil, false, idol, iniquity, mischief, mourners, naughty, sorrow, unjust,
Yeah.
unrighteous, vain, vanity, wicked.
Kind of, yeah. Son of my right hand. I mean, that's a-
you're right. That's a good call.
yeah, yeah. And that's why just a sidebar before because we're running out of time a little bit. As a matter of fact, we'll go until we see all the type of stuff pull up. But that's why it's important not to name yourself.
Right.
Right? You see these brothers and these sisters try to name themselves. You're gonna either name yourself something real corny or you're gonna name yourself that's gonna be something that's gonna be real evil. You know what I mean? Or something that you don't intend. You're gonna say something that you don't intend to say. That's why when you come into the truth, brothers will observe you. Brothers will observe you, and then you'll receive your name from seasoned men that are wiser than you. You get the name of yourself, you're gonna be Aria, Rakab, or just whatever you know what I mean. And whatever the first Hebrew words you know, that's gonna be your name. That's you know what I mean. That's just how. You see these fake Israelites, you know what I mean? These individualites or some dude just with a Bible online. You know what I mean? His name, you know how many Arias and Rakaz and Yehowadas and you know what I mean? And Judas there are. You know how many, you know what I mean? You name yourself something, you're gonna name yourself the first thing that you know. The first Hebrew word you know, that's gonna be your name. Yeah, you need to, everybody gets their name from their father. You know what I mean? No one names themselves. All right. All right, let's get some of this Hakat real quick before we close out. Share the screen. All right, let's see what we're working with. All right. All right, so we touched on it a little bit earlier. Yahweh, right, means Most High. Ba Hashem, Ba meaning in. Ha, the, Shum, name. Right? Shum is going to be one of those sight words. You're going to see it, you know what I mean? So y'all going to be for Sabbath service, right? You're going to see a lot of this tonight. You're going to see a lot of these sight words. Right? Shum is going to be one that you're going to see a lot of, and it's another one of them that I was talking about earlier where brothers will see it, but we don't recognize it because, you know what I mean, for one reason or another. Yahweh Shai, you already know that's Christ. Baba Kashah means please or in request. The root word is bakwash. Right? Bakwash means request. Ba is a preposition that means in. So ba bakwash, in request. And then the ha at the end is like to humble yourself. Because if you're asking somebody for something or you're requesting something, you're coming humbly. You know what I mean? So Baba Kashah, right? Right, that's where that comes from. We talked about Nathan means give. La Nawa, to us, right? Nathan La Nawa is in a lot of our prayers. It's in the Lord's Prayer. Give us this day our daily bread. Nathan La Nawa, right? We're gonna hear that. We're gonna hear that later in Sabbath service. All right, it's here in the Hakat. It's in Salakia. It's somewhere else, but you'll see it a lot, right? Hakak means ability, right? Ability, right? Give to us ability, or hakak, right? Is another opportunity to practice that cha sound, right? Hakak, right? Every chance you get, I would advise brothers to just practice it. When you see it, try to emphasize, well, not emphasize, but practice using it, right? So Nathan Lanao Hakach, right? So kach means power or ability, right? Ha means the. So hakach means exactly what you see right here in the English. The power. Hakach, the power. It's not like Allah, like power, messenger, authority. Like when you see like Allah Hayim, it's powers, right? The most high power, or what is it? Let me think of an example. But when you think of like a power, it's not like Allah. Kach means ability. It's like ability. The ability to do something. If you have the ability to do something, you have the power to do something. All right. So we're asking, when we doing a prayer for the Hakak, we're asking the Most High for the ability to do something. And we're going to name a couple of those things. So Hakak, the power. La Rapa'ah. Right? This is another one of those sight words. Where y'all heard this word before? Rapa'ah?
Yeah, Rapa'ah. Hands.
No, what'd you say?
And it's something to do like bless, something like, no, they're not bless, no Barak, yeah, like, what did he say? What does the name mean? Rapaya. I know Yah is hand.
Right.
I forgot what his name means.
I'll give you a hint.
I forget what his name means. Shit.
See what I got highlighted on them. It's a lot.
Yeah,
See what I got? Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yes, like a heel hand said.
Yeah, healing hands. Right. Rapa Yad. Right. It's Rapa'ah, but a father, you know what I mean? When you get your name, a brother can, you know what I mean? He has the authority to manipulate the pronunciation of the word for practicality's sake. Like Benjamin, Ban Yum Yun,
Yeah,
right? But we say Banyamin, or I believe when you see it in the scriptures, it's Banyamin in some cases. So Yum Yun becomes Yaman. Or I'll use General Mahaiman's name. His name, or Judah rather, Yahweh and Thawada put together, Yahweh, so that Thawa drops off and it's just duh. So Yahweh, right? General Mahaiman's name is Mahayaman, right? Ma meaning of or from. Haya means be. And then Aman means faithful, right? So technically his name would be Mahaya Aman, right? Mahaya Aman. But put it together, Mahayaman, right? Like brothers, when we refer to General Mahayaman, we call him General Mahayaman, right? We just say it to, you know what I mean, for practicality. You know what I mean? So Rapayad, you could Rapayad, but Rapayad, you know what I mean? Same thing. But that'd be one of those things, right? You'll see it in the scriptures, and you won't have the mind to you won't have the mind to recognize it. Be sitting right next to this brother Rapayad or Rapayad, and you'll see it in the prayer for the power. And you know what I mean, this brother that you war with every week. You know what I mean, you see this brother you war with this brother every day. You know what I mean, you might call him up, hit him up every so often, chop it up with him. You know what I mean, have a drink with him, get some food with him. You know what I mean, make sacrifice for this brother. And then you see his name in the scriptures, and You know what I mean? Draw a blank. Just knowing your brothers and getting familiar with your brothers and their names, it'll help you with the Hebrew. All right. And now, just to that point, call. What does call mean?
Call.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be offended if brothers ain't.
Call the guy. Don't worry about it.
That's crazy business. He said, "All Most High Christ." That shows about to fill out them trespass council papers. Yeah, all. You know what I mean? Another one, you're gonna see it constantly. Call. You're gonna see it constantly in the scriptures. It means all or every or depending on the context. But you'll see it tonight, I guarantee it. And I'm gonna be looking at y'all brothers up here. I'm gonna be right here. Call means all. Machala. Let me see. It's been a while. Is my notebooks over there? Okay. All right. Well, we just gonna have to go through it, do it the old-fashioned way. You got your Strongs, right? All right. So while you getting that, we can rule out ma as a preposition because we know kala is the root word, right?
What you want to find out, sir?
Khala. It might be you might have to look up kha, and la. And this Aitaza, you mind passing me that strong concordance right there, the big beige book. The water.
Okay.
All right. Now, anybody who didn't know, in the back of your concordance, you know what I mean? Just like you can look up English words in the Bible, in the back of the concordance, there's a Hebrew to English dictionary. All right. And you can use it just like any regular, ordinary dictionary. All right. So that means you have to know the Hebrew alphabet from A to Da. Abagada hawaza khata yaka lama nasa I pataza kwa rashata. Hey, Hey, Salaki, you mind checking on that brother? Hey, Aitazai, go ahead and all right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and close it right there. All right. But like it for time's sake, we'll go ahead and close it right there. Go ahead and start setting up. Let me go ahead and expand. But just I know for the past couple classes I've been naming the class Hakak breakdown. We ain't been able to get into it. Salakia. Next week.
That's how it be.
Yeah. I mean, of course, ask your questions. You know what I mean? Ask your questions and I'll answer them as they come. You know what I mean? It don't matter what the title is. If you got a question, ask your question and we can get it answered. It's no problem. when we do get into the Hakak breakdown, we're going to be using the concordance a lot. And what I want brothers to get used to is using this concordance, right? For a few reasons. We'll talk about it next week. But like a lot of brothers don't even know that this is back here. I mean, a lot of brothers don't even know that this concordance is this Hebrew, the English dictionary. You can open this up in the back of the book and find out any Hebrew word, how it's used. It gives you a scripture reference as well. A lot of brothers and sisters don't even know that this is back here. So that's one of the reasons why I want brothers to get in the habit of using this concordance. Yours don't have to look like this. But in the back of the concordance, you got this resource. All right. I want brothers to get familiar with these resources because it's gonna help. It's gonna make learning the Hebrew so much easier. All right. But I think we got a couple different versions down there, but they all do the same thing. But we're gonna pick that up next week. Just keep that in mind. We're gonna be using this, so it will behoove y'all brothers to get familiar with it throughout the week. You know what I mean? Get familiar with it throughout the week. Read the prayer, read the Hakak, do some research, you know what I mean, yourself, so that we can be about halfway there by the time next Lashawan Qadash class starts. You know what I mean? And that's for, you know what I mean, our brothers in here and brothers watching, brothers and sisters online. All right, get familiar with the resources, all the resources that we discussed, the Strong's Concordance, Bible Hub, 2-letter lookup, yeah, those are the ones I know off the top of my head. But all the resources that we discussed in the past, use them to your advantage. You know what I mean? And that's, you know what I mean, that's half the battle. You know what I mean, a lot of times, to be honest, brothers, you know what I mean, lacking on they Lashawan Qadash is just because you're not putting in the work. Because it's a simple language. It's a simple language and it's ours and it's practical. All right. And we do it every week. We read the Lord's Prayer every week during Sabbath service. We read the Hebrew every High Holy Day. We, you know what I mean, go over it every week, every Friday. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean, let's put that work in. All right, with that, we go ahead, give a courtesy salute, a shalom. As a matter of fact, let's do it right. The Vizra Majim, which means to stand. Give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Vizra Majim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat, Yajim Matah. So we're going to turn to face the sisters, give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Vizra Majim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Latam Ba'Shem Yajim Matah. Class is missed.